Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to stand before you today to speak on a matter that is both simple yet powerful, the power of controlling your habits. We are often told that we are the sum of our habits. Our lives are shaped by the small, consistent choices we make each day. If you want to change your life, the place to begin is not in grand gestures or dramatic transformations, but in something far more profound: your habits. You see, habits are not just actions, they are the very framework of your destiny. The small decisions you make in the quiet moments when no one is watching have the power to either propel you forward or hold you back. Habits shape your character. They are the invisible forces that guide your steps even when you don't realize it. Every action, repeated over time, becomes a part of who you are. If your habits are positive, if they align with your purpose, they will take you to places you never thought possible. But if they are negative, they will slowly erode the very fabric of your potential. I want to make one thing clear: change begins with control. You have the ability to control your habits. You have the power to choose what you repeat and what you allow to take root in your life. There is a common misconception that change happens overnight, that success is a result of one big life-altering decision. But in truth, it is small, consistent habits practiced daily, repeatedly, that will determine the outcome of your life. Let's talk about discipline for a moment. Discipline is not about punishment or restriction. It's about deciding what you will allow in your life and what you will not. It's about setting your mind on the future you want to create and having the strength to say no to anything that does not align with that vision. The person you are today is the result of the habits you've cultivated over the years. If you don't like where you are, it's not the world's fault. It's not the economy or the people around you. It's about your habits, your choices. If you want to change your future, change your habits. I want you to think about something. What is one habit that, if you started today, would completely transform your life? Maybe it's waking up earlier. Maybe it's taking time every day to invest in your mind, your body, or your relationships. Maybe it's something simple like taking a moment to reflect on your goals each day. Whatever it is, that small habit can become the turning point in your life. But here's the challenge: it's not enough to just start. Many of us begin with enthusiasm, full of energy and optimism. But what happens after a few days or a few weeks? The initial excitement fades and old habits begin to creep back in. The key to success isn't just beginning, it's consistency. It's making a commitment to your habits and holding yourself accountable every single day. Let me say this again: consistency is the secret ingredient. It's not the dramatic actions that change your life. It's the consistent daily practice of small habits that lead to monumental results. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the hard work when no one is watching. Our lives are fundamentally shaped by the habits we cultivate. Every action, thought, and choice we make, even the smallest ones, has a ripple effect that influences our future. Habits are not just the mundane tasks we perform without thinking. They are the very foundation of our character and destiny. When we examine our daily routines, we often fail to realize how powerful they truly are. The truth is, habits shape our destiny more than we might care to admit. The reality of this is simple: our repeated actions and decisions form the patterns of our lives. Whether it's waking up early, staying physically active, or choosing how we respond to challenges, these habits direct us toward either growth or stagnation. When we consciously cultivate habits that align with our values and goals, we are essentially designing the life we want to live. On the other hand, when we indulge in negative habits or neglect the ones that would benefit us, we are unconsciously limiting our potential and setting ourselves on a path that may not serve our greater purpose. Consider this for a moment: you are the sum total of your habits. Every goal you achieve, every relationship you build, and every success you experience is deeply connected to the habits you practice consistently. Habits such as how you organize your time, how you interact with others, and how you prioritize your health can all either propel you forward or hold you back. For instance, a person who consistently sets aside time to read and expand their knowledge will naturally become more informed, more successful, and more confident. Similarly, someone who cultivates a habit of taking care of their physical well-being by exercising regularly will enjoy better health and a higher quality of life. Our habits define how we handle obstacles. If we've developed the habit of persistence and problem solving, we'll approach challenges with a mindset that seeks solutions rather than focusing on difficulties. Conversely, if we have developed the habit of avoiding problems, procrastination, or giving up easily, we'll likely find ourselves trapped in cycles of failure and frustration. The way we react to life's challenges is often not a reflection of our circumstances, but rather a reflection of the habits we've ingrained over time. Furthermore, our habits not only shape our present, but they also lay the groundwork for our future. The habits we establish today will determine where we find ourselves in the coming years. If you're constantly making excuses for why you can't reach your goals or sabotaging yourself with unhealthy habits, you may find that a few years down the line, your life has not progressed as you hope. Alternatively, if you intentionally focus on developing habits that push you toward your goals, your future will look very different. Success is rarely the result of one-off events or lucky breaks. It is the culmination of consistent effort guided by positive habits. The importance of controlling your habits cannot be overstated. When you are intentional about the habits you cultivate, you are consciously deciding what your future will look like. It's not about waiting for change to happen to you. It's about creating change within yourself through the decisions you make daily. This is why the most successful individuals in any field are often those who have mastered the art of habit creation. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They create the conditions that allow success to flourish by fostering habits that lead to that success. Let me also emphasize that not all habits are created equal. Not every action we perform is equally impactful in terms of our personal growth or progress. Some habits can be neutral or even destructive. These can range from simple distractions like excessive time spent on social media to more serious habits like neglecting our health or relationships. Yet these negative habits, if left unchecked, can slowly wear away at our potential life satisfaction. They can quietly derail us, preventing us from ever reaching the heights we are capable of. However, the beauty of this reality is that we are in control. While habits are powerful, they are not set in stone. The good news is that you have the ability to change them. You have the power to replace negative habits with positive ones and design your daily routine to align with your aspirations. It's not about perfection, but progress, taking small, deliberate steps every day to align your actions with your larger vision for life. The key takeaway here is that habits shape your destiny, and this is both a responsibility and an opportunity. If you want to see change in your life, look at your daily habits. Begin with small changes that lead you in the direction of your dreams, and you'll see how these seemingly insignificant actions compounded over time will shape the life you've always wanted. Start today, because your future is being created right now in the habits you choose to adopt. Change in our lives begins with a conscious decision to control our habits. Too often we look at our circumstances and believe that external forces are the primary contributors to our situation. We blame the economy, other people, or even fate for where we are, but the reality is that we are the architects of our own lives. The key to transforming our lives lies not in waiting for something to change, but in taking responsibility for the habits we cultivate. Every moment you are making choices, the question is, are those choices moving you closer to where you want to be? To change your life, you first need to recognize that you have the power to control your actions. The things you do every day, the choices you make, and the thoughts you entertain shape who you become. Whether you're consciously aware of it or not, your habits are silently dictating the direction of your life. It's not just the big moments that determine your future, but the countless small, everyday actions that accumulate over time. This is why control is essential. Control is about making intentional decisions that align with your values and long-term goals. It's about taking charge of your life by refusing to let negative influences or distractions rule your day-to-day decisions. We all face external pressures and challenges, but our true power lies in our ability to control how we respond to them. The ability to control your habits gives you the power to direct your life in the direction you choose, rather than led by circumstances or fleeting emotions. When you choose to control your habits, you're not just focusing on the outcome, but also on the process, on the small steps that will lead you to your ultimate goal. Think about it. Every goal you set requires a series of consistent actions. You may have the ambition to become a successful entrepreneur, a top athlete, or a renowned artist. But the path to these achievements is paved with daily habits that align with these goals. The person you become in the pursuit of those goals is shaped by the choices you make every day. Whether it's committing to learning something new every day, dedicating time to practice, or exercising discipline in your work, control over your habits ensures that you're on the right path. So many people want change, but they fail to realize that the change they seek comes not from grand gestures, but from the small, consistent habits they cultivate. The power to change begins within you, with the simple yet profound decision to control what you do, what you think, and how you react. It's about taking ownership of your actions and deciding that you will no longer let life happen to you, but instead you will actively shape your future. This process of control, however, requires discipline. Discipline is often misunderstood as merely a way to restrict or limit yourself. But true discipline is about alignment, aligning your actions with your desires, values, and goals. It's about making decisions that are in harmony with your long-term vision, even if those decisions may not be easy in the short term. It's about choosing what's best for your future self, not what feels easiest in the moment. Many of us struggle with the discipline to stick to positive habits because they often require sacrifice or discomfort. It's easier to indulge in temporary pleasures to avoid doing the hard work or to give in to procrastination. However, control means doing what's right, even when it's hard. It's about making the tough decision to resist instant gratification for the sake of long-term benefits. It's the ability to delay the temptation of small distractions in order to stay focused on what truly matters. Here's the truth: you are in control of your habits, but control requires intentionality. It's not enough to simply hope for change. You must take active steps every day to build the habits that align with your dreams. Change will not come from waiting for the perfect moment or from relying on external circumstances. It will come when you take charge of your daily routines and by consistently making choices that move you toward your goal. In practical terms, this means evaluating your current habits and deciding which ones serve you and which ones do not. If your habits are not aligning with where you want to be, then it's time to make a conscious effort to replace them. This might mean waking up earlier, cutting out distractions, prioritizing health, or dedicating more time to personal development. It's about choosing over and over again to make decisions that build the future you want. Finally, controlling your habits is a lifelong journey. It's not something you do once and then forget about. Every day you must recommit to making intentional choices. The more you practice control, the more natural it becomes. Over time, the habits you build will form the foundation of your success and personal growth. Control is empowering. Put you back in the driver's seat of your life, giving you the ability to design the future you desire. The good news is, the power to control your habits is already within you. What you choose to do today will determine you'll be tomorrow. So take charge. Make that decision today. Control your habits, and you will control your future. Discipline is often misunderstood. Many people view it as a form of punishment or restriction, something that limits their freedom or enjoyment. However, discipline is not about denying yourself what you want. It is about deciding what you truly want and aligning your actions to achieve it. In reality, discipline is not the absence of freedom. It is the presence of focus and purpose. True discipline is about making choices that are consistent with your long-term goals, values, and the life you desire to build. To understand the role of discipline in shaping our habits, it's important to recognize that discipline is the bridge between where we are and where we want to be. Without discipline, our dreams and aspirations remain distant and unattainable. Discipline is what allows us to transform our potential into reality. It is the foundation upon which success is built. The most successful individuals in any field are those who have mastered the art of discipline. They have the ability to push through discomfort, resist temptations, and remain focused on their goals even when the path is difficult. They don't rely on motivation alone, because motivation can be fleeting. Instead, they trust in their discipline to carry them through even when their enthusiasm wanes. At its core, discipline is about choice. It is about choosing what you will allow into your life and what you will exclude. It's about saying no to distractions, temptations, and things that don't serve your purpose, and saying yes to actions that move you closer to your goals. The ability to discipline your mind, emotions, and actions is what determines the quality of your habits and ultimately the quality of your life. If you lack discipline, you will struggle to form and maintain positive habits. You'll give in to immediate gratification, procrastinate, and allow yourself to be swayed by external circumstances. However, with discipline, you develop the ability to prioritize what's most, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. One of the key aspects of discipline is delayed gratification. Many of us want results right now, and we are tempted to give in to the instant pleasures that life offers. However, discipline teaches us that the most meaningful rewards are often those that take time and effort to achieve. Whether it's building a successful career, improving our health, or developing strong relationships, these outcomes require consistent work over time. Discipline helps us focus on the long-term benefits rather than the immediate pleasures that might derail us. By practicing delayed gratification, we learn to value progress over perfection, and we build habits that align with our ultimate goals. Another important element of discipline is self-control. Self-control is the ability to regulate your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in the face of temptation and distraction. It's about resisting the urge to indulge in short-term pleasures that may set you back in the long run. Self-control is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time, but it requires conscious effort. It means making the choice to stay focused on your priorities, even when external circumstances or internal desires pull you in other directions. Self-control also involves accepting responsibility for your actions. It's recognizing that no one else is responsible for your success or failure except you. When you take full responsibility for your life, you develop the discipline to make choices that reflect your goals and values. Discipline also involves consistency. It's not about doing something great once in a while. It's about doing it consistently, even when the excitement fades or the results aren't immediately visible. Consistency is what transforms habits into sustainable success. It's what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up. Without discipline, it's easy to start a project or make a change, but consistency requires the strength to keep going even when motivation wanes. The people who achieve lasting success are those who develop the discipline to show up every day, to put in the work, and to stay committed to their journey regardless of the challenges they face. The key to developing discipline in your life is start small. It's easy to become overwhelmed when you try to change everything at once. Instead of attempting to make drastic changes all at once, begin by establishing small, manageable habits that contribute to your larger goals. As you build consistency with these small habits, you strengthen your discipline and start to see the power of your actions compound over time. These small changes can lead to big results, but only if you remain disciplined and committed to following through on them every single day. Discipline also requires a level of self-awareness. It's important to understand your own habits and behaviors, as well as your strengths and weaknesses. When you are aware of the areas where you struggle, you can take proactive steps to address them. This might involve setting boundaries, eliminating distractions, or seeking support from others who can help you stay on track. Self-awareness helps you anticipate challenges and make adjustments as needed, allowing you to maintain discipline in the face of obstacles. In conclusion, discipline is not a restriction, but a freedom to choose the life you want to live. It's about developing the ability to control your actions, your thoughts, and your emotions so that you can create the habits and patterns that will lead to your success. With discipline, you have the power to transform your dreams into reality. It's the foundation of all achievement, the cornerstone of lasting change, and the key to unlocking your fullest potential. Through consistent effort, self-control, and delayed gratification, discipline empowers you to stay focused on your goals and to create the life you truly desire. Consistency is often the unseen force behind success, the silent engine that drives progress toward any goal. Many people believe that change or achievement comes from a single moment of inspiration or a grand, sweeping decision, but in truth, it is the small, repeated actions that consistently move us forward. Consistency is the key to turning dreams into reality, transforming fleeting motivation into lasting success. It is not enough to simply start. What truly matters is sticking with it day in and day out, no matter the challenges or the obstacles that may arise. To understand the importance of consistency, think about a simple concept like building a muscle. One workout may not make a noticeable difference, and the same can be said for any effort or goal you pursue. The magic, however, comes from the process of showing up, even when you don't feel like it, and doing the work repeatedly over time. Small improvements compounded over time yield remarkable results. In the beginning, Progress may feel slow, and it might even seem insignificant, but over the course of weeks, months, and years, those small steps add up. The success you achieve is not just because of one great effort, but because you showed up consistently doing the necessary work, even when it wasn't easy. Consistency breeds mastery. If you want to become an expert in anything, whether it's a sport, a skill, a profession, or a personal development goal, it takes consistent practice. Mastery is not achieved by occasional bursts of brilliance, but by relentless practice. Every great athlete, artist, entrepreneur, or leader has spent countless hours owning their craft through consistent effort. Success doesn't happen by accident. It is the result of a commitment to showing up every day, practicing, learning, and improving, no matter how small the steps seem. The power of consistency lies in its ability to accumulate results over time, gradually moving you closer to your goals. But consistency is not just about quantity, it's about quality combined with repetition. It's easy to show up, but it's much harder to show up with focus and commitment. Simply going through the motions will not lead to success. When you commit to doing something consistently, you also need to ensure that you're doing it with intention, care, and purpose. Consistency without focus is like trying to drive a car without a destination. It might get you somewhere, but it won't take you where you want to go. The true value of consistency comes when you remain dedicated not only to showing up, but also to giving your best effort every time. This is where discipline and focus meet consistency, creating a powerful force for personal growth and success. One of the most important aspects of consistency is the ability to stay the course even when results aren't immediately visible. People often give up when they don't see instant rewards or rapid progress. They become frustrated, discouraged, or impatient, and they quit just before they were about to see the results of their efforts. Consistency teaches us to trust the process. The small steps we take today may not yield visible results right away, but they are adding up in ways we cannot always see in the moment. The results of your consistent efforts are like seeds planted in the ground. They may take time to sprout, but with consistent nurturing, they will grow into something significant. Every effort you put forth, no matter how small, is contributing to your growth, even when it feels like nothing is changing. Consistency also helps build momentum. The more you stick with something, the easier it becomes to continue. At first, starting something new can feel difficult and energy draining, but over time, as you build the habit, it becomes more natural, less of a struggle. Momentum is what helps you overcome the inevitable obstacles and challenges that arise. It provides you with the strength to keep going when the initial excitement fades and motivation wanes. When you have the habit of showing up consistently, even on days when you don't feel like it, your momentum will carry you forward. Moreover, consistency gives you the opportunity to refine and improve. It's not just about doing something over and over again, it's about learning and adjusting as you go. Each time you repeat an action, you have the chance to reflect and see what works and what doesn't. Over time, your ability to make better decisions, improve your methods, and optimize your approach will increase. This incremental improvement, when consistently applied, leads to exponential growth and success. The more you stick with something, the more you learn, and the better you become at it. Another crucial aspect of consistency is its ability to build confidence. When you commit to a habit and stick with it, you develop trust in yourself. You prove to yourself that you can follow through even when things get tough or when you face setbacks. This sense of self-trust is invaluable because it reinforces your belief in your ability to succeed. Each day that you stay consistent with your efforts, you reinforce your own resilience and perseverance, which strengthens your confidence in other areas of your life as well. The beauty of consistency lies in its simplicity and power. It does not require you to make dramatic changes or to exert superhuman effort. Instead, it requires you to focus on the small, everyday actions that will accumulate over time. It's about making a decision to show up, do the work, and keep going, regardless of the circumstances. When you practice consistency, you unlock the potential for growth, mastery, and success. In conclusion, success is not the result of occasional, extraordinary efforts. It is the outcome of consistent action. The power of consistency is in its ability to build momentum, foster improvement, and create lasting change. By showing up each day, even when progress seems slow, and by dedicating yourself to consistent effort, You lay the groundwork for achieving your goals. Success is built one consistent step at a time, and with patience and perseverance, those steps will lead you to remarkable places. When we talk about becoming the architect of our own lives, we are acknowledging the immense power we have to shape our futures. Every decision we make, no matter how small, plays a role in the design of our lives. You are the architect of your life, and the choices you make every single day determine the direction you will head toward in the future. The most empowering realization we can have is that we hold the pen to our own story. No one else can dictate the life we live unless we allow it. Being the architect of your life means taking full responsibility for the decisions and habits you cultivate. It's recognizing that while external circumstance can influence your journey, the ultimate responsibility lies in your hands. Life will throw challenges your way, but how you respond to them is entirely up to you. You are the one who decides whether to rise above those challenges or let them define you. Your mindset, your habits, and your actions all contribute to the framework of your life. And you have the power to build it in the way you envision. Every decision you make, whether it's how you spend your time, the relationships you foster, or the habits you build, is a brick in the foundation of your life. Much like an architect who designs a building, you decide what goes into the structure of your life. The vision you have for your future, whether it's personal growth, career success, financial independence, or building meaningful relationships, is entirely shaped by the choices you make today. You must ask yourself, what kind of life do I want to build? The decisions you make today create the blueprint for tomorrow. If you want to live a life of health and vitality, you must begin by adopting habits that support that vision, whether it's through daily exercise, eating nourishing foods, or managing stress. If you want to build a successful career, you need to be intentional about learning, improving, and showing up consistently in your work. The life you are living right now is a reflection of the decisions you made in the past, and the life you will live in the future will be a direct result of the decisions you make today. As the architect of your life, you must also accept that building something meaningful requires time, effort, and intentionality. You cannot expect your life to take shape overnight, just like an architect needs to plan, design, and work through challenges when constructing a building. You too must be patient and persistent as you lay the foundation for your future. Success does not come by chance, it comes from deliberate and sustained effort. Building your dream life is a process that requires dedication, resilience, and the ability to adapt as things evolve along the way. The process of being the architect of your life also involves recognizing that you are not just building a structure, but crafting a masterpiece. Your life, when carefully constructed, has the potential to be beautiful, meaningful, and impactful. But like any great masterpiece, it requires attention to detail, regular maintenance, and the courage to make difficult decisions. As an architect designs not just for form, but for function, you must design your life in a way that aligns with your values and purpose. It's about making choices that create not only external success, but also internal fulfillment. Your blueprint should reflect the life you truly desire. And that includes balancing work, health, relationships, and personal growth. Being the architect of your life also means understanding that you are constantly in the process of designing and redesigning. Just as an architect might revisit and refine a design, you too have the ability to adjust the course of your life as you go. Life is rarely a straight path, and the best architects are those who remain flexible, adjusting their plans as needed based on the challenges and opportunities they face. Similarly, you must be open to evolving your life's blueprint as new insights, experiences, and opportunities arise. Don't be afraid to pivot when something no longer serves you or when a new vision calls for a change in direction. The ability to adapt and reshape your life's design is a powerful tool that keeps you aligned with your growing self and evolving goals. There's also a creative aspect to being the architect of your life. An architect is not only a planner, but a creator, someone who envisions a future that does not yet exist and then takes the steps to bring that vision into reality. Similarly, you have the power to imagine a life that is in alignment with your dreams and values and then work toward making it a reality. Your dreams are the raw materials, your actions, habits, and decisions are the tools that bring them to life. Finally, as the architect of your life, it is important to surround yourself with the right influences. Just as an architect needs skilled contractors, designers, and collaborators To bring a building to life, you need to surround yourself with people who support and encourage your growth. Whether it's mentors, peers, or friends, the people you choose to spend time with can either elevate you or hold you back. Surround yourself with those who challenge you, inspire you, and help you stay focused on your vision. They will help keep your blueprint for success aligned and your foundation strong. In conclusion, you are indeed the architect of your own life. The life you live is a direct result of the decisions you make, the actions you take, and the habits you build. By taking full responsibility for your choices, designing your life with intention, and being persistent and adaptable in the process, you can create a life that is rich with purpose and fulfillment. Every choice you make is a stroke on the canvas of your life. And as the architect, you have the power to design it in a way that reflects who you are and the future you desire. The life you want is in your hands. All you need to do is create the blueprint and start building. Mastering your habits is a continuous journey, one that doesn't have a fixed end. It's not about making a change once and then being done with it. It's about adopting a mindset of lifetime growth and improvement. To truly change and create lasting results, you need to understand that habits are not one-time fixes but ongoing practices. Just as you would tend to a garden, nurturing it consistently, you must nurture your habits daily to see them evolve and grow into something meaningful and impactful. To master your habits, you need to recognize the importance of consistency. The key to creating habits that last is not through quick bursts of motivation, but by showing up every day. Motivation may be powerful, but it's fleeting. It's easy to feel inspired in the moment, but harder to maintain that energy over time. That's why the most successful individuals don't rely on motivation alone. They rely on their ability to stay consistent with their actions, even when motivation wanes. When you commit to your habits, regardless of how you feel in the moment, you build a momentum that carries you forward. It's not about waiting for the perfect time or the perfect feeling. It's about taking action every day, no matter what. Another vital component of mastering your habits is understanding the power of small, incremental changes. Habits aren't formed through dramatic shifts. They're built through gradual, consistent effort. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the idea of changing everything at once, but real sustainable change happens when you tackle one habit at a time and focus on improving it bit by bit. Think of it like climbing a mountain. Every step counts, no matter how small, and the journey is about persistence, not perfection. Starting small allows you to gain confidence and build on your successes. Once you have mastered one small habit, you can gradually add others, creating a cycle of continuous improvement. Mastering your habits also requires self-awareness. To truly understand which habits are serving you and which ones are holding you back, you must take time to reflect on your actions and thoughts. Self-awareness helps you recognize patterns in your behavior and identify areas for growth. Without self-awareness, it's easy to fall into old habits that no longer align with your goals or values. Taking a moment each day or week to reflect on your progress, to ask yourself whether your actions are in line with your aspirations is essential. This reflection helps you course correct when necessary and ensures that you're always moving toward a better version of yourself. As you work to master your habits, it's essential to recognize that perfection is not the goal. Many people become discouraged when they slip up or fall short of their expectations. But slip-ups are a natural part of the process. Mistakes are not failures. They are opportunities for growth and learning. The key to mastering your habits is embracing progress, not perfection. Every time you stumble, it's simply a chance to reassess, readjust, and keep going. The journey toward mastery is rarely a straight path, and setbacks are part of what makes the process so powerful. What matters is not how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up, refocus, and continue your pursuit of improvement. Another aspect of mastering habits is understanding the science behind habit formation. Habits are built through repetition, and the brain plays a significant role in this process. When you repeat an action consistently, your brain starts to form neural pathways that make that action feel automatic. This is why building new habits requires repetition. You need to practice something consistently enough until it becomes ingrained in your routine. But it's not just about doing the same thing over and over again. It's about creating positive feedback loops. When you experience success or progress, your brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This reward system reinforces your behavior and motivates you to continue. The more positive feedback you experience, the more likely you are to continue the habit, building momentum over time. As you develop and master your habits, you will also realize the importance of accountability. Having someone to hold you accountable or setting up a system of self-accountability can greatly increase your chances of success. Whether it's a mentor, a coach, or simply sharing your goals with a friend, accountability helps you stay committed to your habits, especially when the going gets tough. It's much easier to let yourself off the hook when no one is watching, but when you have someone who checks in with you or when you've made a public commitment, you're more likely to follow through. Mastering habits also requires patience. Change takes time, and there will be days when you feel frustrated by the slow pace of progress. But remember, growth is often invisible in the moment. Just as you cannot see the roots of a tree growing beneath the surface, you might not see the immediate effects of your new habits. But that doesn't mean they aren't working. Over time, the cumulative effect of your habits will become apparent in the results you see. Mastery takes time, effort, and persistence, and it's important to trust the process. One final important piece of mastering your habits is celebrating your victories, no matter how small. Acknowledging your progress along the way is key to staying motivated and reinforcing the new behavior. Every time you hit a milestone, whether it's sticking to a new habit for a week or completing a long-term goal, take a moment to celebrate. This positive reinforcement will make it easier for you to continue and will help build confidence in your ability to master even bigger habits in the future. In conclusion, mastering your habits is not a destination but a journey of continuous growth. By staying consistent, embracing small changes, practicing self-awareness, and understanding the science behind habit formation, you can cultivate habits that will lead to lasting transformation. Perfection isn't the goal, progress is. Keep adjusting, keep learning from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. Mastering your habits is about persistence, patience, and resilience. And over time, you'll begin to see the profound impact these habits have on every aspect of your life. Taking control of your habits is not just about making a few adjustments to your routine. It is about understanding that your habits are the foundation of your life. Every action you take, no matter how small, shapes your character and ultimately determines your success or failure. Habits are not just behaviors. They are the reflections of your mindset, your values, and your priorities. To truly take control, you must recognize that you have the power to change your life by changing your habits. This is not about being perfect or expecting instant results, but about making consistent, deliberate choices to build the life you want. The first step in controlling your habits is to take responsibility for your actions. It is easy to blame external factors for where we are in life, but the reality is that we have the power to change. Your habits are yours to control, and when you take responsibility for them, you take the first step toward transforming your life. This requires shifting from a mindset of passivity, where you allow circumstances to dictate your actions, to one of active agency, where you recognize that you control how you respond to the world around you. Once you own your habits, you are no longer a victim of them. Instead, you become their master, directing them to serve your goals, dreams, and values. Taking responsibility also means recognizing the power of small actions. Often we get caught up in the idea that monumental changes are necessary to create real transformation. However, true mastery of your habits starts with small everyday actions. It's easy to overlook the power of these seemingly insignificant moments, but they add up over time. Every time you choose to act in alignment with your goals, you are reinforcing the habit you are building. It's like a drop of water slowly wearing down a stone. The consistent, steady actions you take today will ultimately shape your future. Start with the small habits. They are the building blocks that form the larger structures of your life. Another important aspect of controlling your habits is creating systems of accountability. You are far more likely to succeed when you have someone or something to hold you accountable. Whether it's a mentor, a coach, a friend, or simply tracking your progress, having an external system in place keeps you focused and motivated. The reason many people fail to develop lasting habits is because they try to go at it alone. Accountability systems help you stay on track, especially when you face challenges or moments of doubt. They ensure you remain committed to your goals and provide a support system when you feel like giving up. This can be as simple as checking in with a friend, using habit tracking apps, or setting clear, measurable goals for yourself. Part of controlling your habits is also about creating an environment that supports them. Our environment plays a significant role in influencing our behaviors. If you want to develop healthy eating habits, for example, you need to stock your kitchen with nutritious food and remove temptations. If you want to become more productive, you must create a workspace that minimizes distractions. The idea is that your environment should work in harmony with the habits you want to cultivate, making it easier to stay on course. A cluttered, disorganized environment can reinforce negative habits, while organized space can encourage positive behaviors. Surround yourself with people, places, and things that reinforce the habits you are trying to build. Equally important is the understanding that self-discipline is the key to overcoming resistance. When you are working to build a new habit, resistance is inevitable. It's easy to give into the temptation to skip a workout, eat an unhealthy snack, or procrastinate on important tasks. These moments of resistance are a natural part of the process, but they do not have to derail your progress. Mastering your habits requires self-discipline, the ability to keep going, even when it's hard. The most successful people aren't the ones who never face resistance. They are the ones who have learned how to push through it. This is where the power of grit and determination comes into play. In moments of resistance, remind yourself of the bigger picture and the long-term rewards that come from sticking to your habits. Another critical factor in controlling your habits is patience. Change doesn't happen overnight. Building new habits and breaking old ones takes time. You may not see immediate results, and that's okay. The key is to stay the course and keep trusting the process. Every step you take, even if it feels small or insignificant, is moving you closer to your goal. Too often, people give up just before they are about to experience the benefits of their consistent efforts. Developing habits that serve you takes time, and you must be patient with yourself along the way. Celebrate the small wins and trust that with time, the cumulative effect of your efforts will bring about meaningful change. To truly control your habits, you must also practice self-compassion. Building good habits and breaking bad ones is not an easy task. You will make mistakes, you will slip up, and there will be times when things don't go according to plan. This is where self-compassion becomes critical. Instead of beating yourself up over a missed workout or an unhealthy meal, approach yourself with kindness and understanding. Progress is not linear, and setbacks are a natural part of any journey. When you are kind to yourself, you are more likely to get back on track quickly. Harsh self-criticism only reinforces negative emotions, while self-compassion encourages growth and resilience. In conclusion, taking control of your habits is the ultimate key to mastering your life. Your habits shape your destiny, and you have the power to change them. By taking responsibility, staying disciplined, practicing patience, and being consistent, you can build habits that support your dreams and goals. It is not about perfection, but about persistence, and when you stay committed, your habits will become the foundation of a successful, fulfilling life. In conclusion, the power to shape our lives lies within the habits we cultivate. Our habits are the building blocks of our destiny. And it is through consistent, intentional action that we can transform our lives into something extraordinary. By taking responsibility for our habits, understanding their impact, and committing to small and incremental changes, we can create the future we desire. Success is not about making huge leaps overnight. It's about taking deliberate steps every day, even when the journey seems challenging. Mastering your habits is not a destination. It's a continuous process of growth, self-awareness, and resilience. It's about understanding that the life you live today is the result of the habits you formed yesterday. And the life you will live tomorrow will be shaped by the habits you formed today. Each choice, each action is a step toward becoming the person you are meant to be. In this journey, you will face obstacles and resistance. But remember that setbacks are not failures. They are simply opportunities to learn, adjust, and move forward. Your habits are your power, and when you take control of them, you take control of your future. So build your habits with intention, stay consistent, and trust in the process. You have the ability to design the life you envision, one habit at a time.